promoter. Amber Rose.
She just
Amber Rose was the one that put her up on game and made her aware.
Oh, okay. And now she's just fighting for Tory.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after he almost got unalived.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So now they brought up a good point. Why would Kelsey have to get immunity? Why does she have immunity? See, that's what crazy. That's the crazy part about me. If you didn't do shit, and if he supposedly did everything, why do you need immunity? Okay.
Welcome to the Uncultured Roots podcast.
Welcome back to the Uncultured Roots podcast. I'm Brother 17.
It's your man H.M. Hersham Bawu. What up? What up?
And it's your man G Fly. What up, though, my babies?
Welcome to episode 96. We are almost at 100.
Shit.
Almost at 100 episodes.
Yeah.
Almost at 100.
We got playing something. We got playing something big for the 100.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely got to do that somehow. All right. Well, we're back. Yeah. We didn't do a show last week.
Well, brothers had to come in home and get their bearings together.
Yeah.
Recalibrate.
Yeah. Let's go with that. That will suffice. That's believable, right?
Yeah, that's believable.
Yeah.
Maybe
not when I said it, huh?
Believable.
No, but that's actually what happened.
It's the truth.
No, it's what happened. Like, the plan was to do a show, but the logistics of trying to do a show after you've just gotten off of a cruise probably wasn't the best idea.
Right.
So, yeah. No. Anyway, how y'all brothers doing? How y'all weeks been? Well, I guess that mainly goes to Fly since I already know about her shit.
No, man, my week straight. Yeah. Same old same.
Okay.
Trying to stay alive and survive and get up under the thumb of the man.
Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
You know?
I was going to make a joke, but I'm not going to do that because I, too, am trying to squeeze the oil off a pig's ass. So, anyhow. Well, let's get straight into the show without doing too much banter. For those who are from Detroit, not even just from Detroit, he's pretty much out there. The rapper Skillet Baby was shot. Oh, should I be saying that word, shot? Or shot at? What's the word that you're supposed to say for the algorithm?
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Blicky, blam, blam? I don't know.
As long as it's not unalived.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's the
pew pew. That's what it was.
Pew pew. I guess
I think, yeah.
They turning us into toddlers, man.
I think shot is okay.
The gun was discharged at him.
There we go.
I guess that's crazy. It's crazy work. You gotta go around.
Yeah.
Not to make light of the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
He was pew pewed at, and I don't like using that terminology, but okay. Right. I'm gonna share the screen right quick. Okay. Skillet Baby pew pewed several times in drive-by in Detroit, Michigan. Skillet Baby has been pew pewed several times as the victim of a drive-by shooting in his home city of Detroit. According to local news outlet Fox 2, the rapper was... Man, I'm not doing this. The rapper was shot in the 8 Mile area while in a black SUV that ultimately crashed into a building just off the road. The report that Skilla suffered grazes to the head and back and was also shot in the hand. After emergency services attended the scene, Skillet Baby was taken to the hospital where he was described as alert and expected to make a full recovery.
And that's good.
Yeah,
It looked like it happened on the west.
Oh, it did?
It did.
On the west side.
Yeah,
It was like
I think it was
8 Mile and Beach Daily or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely over there.
west.
That's far west.
Yeah, it's far west. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely good thing he
Survived.
That thing like
survived that, and you know what I'm saying,
Expected to make a good recovery.
Right. One of our Detroit stars didn't,
Yeah.
fall to that violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was definitely covered.
Yeah.
Like, boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he usually be on his Instagram, like, saying prayers and stuff. So I think he was covered.
That's good.
No, that's definitely what happened. He was covered.
Yep.
And I'm glad he made it out of that, man. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And he bounced right back because he was on stage at 42 Doug concert, I think yesterday or something. So
yeah, 4-2.
Yeah. So that's what's up.
Hey man, you know how we do, man. We bounce back.
Yeah, we tough.
we built for tough.
Detroit.
You tough, right?
You know us, man. We gonna bounce back and get to the money.
Right. If it don't kill you and make you stronger.
Literally.
We will be right back at it.
Literally.
Yeah.
So anybody been watching the show, man? Like I said, if y'all haven't been watching the show, I've said this before about Detroit people, man. Still sharp as steel over here, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, we make each other tough. And that's
like
how we get through situations.
It ain't hardly no sheeps in Detroit. Like, you gonna be a wolf, or you ain't gonna be.
Or some type of wolf.
You ain't gonna make it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So prayers to him, and may he continue to recover. May he continue to be looked over,
flourish.
Yeah,
and thrive. Yep.
And be safe out here.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. Or I got to say, man, come on, y'all, with all this gun violence, it ain't even got hot yet.
Yeah.
Like, see, man, people be doing stuff for the city, and y'all be like wondering why people don't do for the city because stuff like this.
Yeah.
Y'all make people want to leave here and go somewhere else. Like, ain't nobody gonna want to do for the city because the people of the city doing stuff like that and having people running off. Like,
yeah. I don't know the story behind why they did what they did, but
right.
I don't think it was nothing that shouldn't have been nothing that serious.
Right, right. I mean, if you got an issue with somebody, if he wasn't throwing things back at people in that same way, then if you have a problem with him, man, y'all can get on the phone and handle that or knuckle up or something. Like, dang.
I mean, that I'm in full agreement with that, man. I mean, I hate to say it, man. I don't like to be, Mr. Negative, but I mean, everything's just getting worse, unfortunately. And I would like to see a turnaround in things, but asking me to have faith in humanity at this point, I'm not the one. I'm not the one to do it. Like, I just don't. Like, I'm not even going to front. Like, that's why it's like, all we can do is really just try to protect our own, look after each other, try to protect our own people, and just try to keep yourself out of situations. Like, if you're one of those people who are like me, who just go to work and go home and rarely ever go anywhere else, like, just do that. Like, because I find myself when I leave the house on certain days, I find myself almost getting into road rage incidents with people because they either cut me off or if I'm not driving fast enough for them, they'll try to be petty and try to speed up on the side of me just to turn and get in front of me and almost nick my car. And it's like, I'm like, this is why I be in the house. Because
exactly.
Because
you don't know,
I'm not,
you don't know what's going on with other people. You don't know what's.
Listen, and I'm not gonna tell on myself, but just know, y'all know how shit can get off mic. Y'all know, what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say too much, but at the end of the day, y'all just got to be careful who y'all fucking with. Y'all got to be careful who y'all playing with out here. That's
Y'all
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Y'all never know who you dealing with.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
On all different type of levels too.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
all
saying.
levels.
On all different type of levels.
Yes.
You be, from you could be doing something connected to something.
Yes.
Higher power connected.
Right.
Like you don't want to mess with none of that.
Got to be careful.
So
Yeah.
man, hey man, treat people like you want to be treated, man.
Yeah,
So you won't be getting none of that stuff back on you, man.
Yep.
Guy could be wearing a juju bracelet. You never know.
Hers be sliding them things in there.
That's a little bit of an inside joke,
Joke.
But I'll embrace it. I keep mine on me. You know what I'm saying?
He came back with a souvenir.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a souvenir. I don't know what Hirsch is talking about.
From the Bahamian Islands, witch doctor.
Hey man, you talking too much. You talking
Seashell and Megalodon bracelet.
Right.
Uncultured Roots is about to take off.
Keep that motherfucker
Yeah,
on.
keep it on. Matter of fact, put that on your mic right next to the other one.
We about to spin the
Oh
block.
no, I got to keep this one here. This one is
don't take it off.
Yeah,
just put it next to that one.
This one's very, very important to me.
Yeah,
Like I've never explained it on the show. Like for people who watch, and like if anybody's ever wondered why this is here, like my daughter made this for me when she was like,
that's baby girl. It's precious.
Yeah, I think she was like 3 years old when she made this for me. So that's why I'm like, oh no, I'm definitely putting it on every show I do, and whether it's this microphone or for this show or the one I do for my own show, the other microphone, I put it on that one. So every time I speak from where I'm sitting at, you're gonna always see this. Like this is very important to me. So
yeah.
But okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to talk about the Tory Lanez situation. Now, before because I got some clips or whatever, but before we get into it, I'm pretty sure everybody's watching this is probably well aware of the situation for the most part. He was stabbed 14 times by a 41-year-old Santino Casio, serving life. He's serving life because he unalived what they say. He unalived a 3-year-old little girl. Well, I don't know if it's 3-year-old, but he unalived a little girl. And from what I was saying about, the women that are trying to send this guy money because they're happy that he took a shot at Tory Lanez. Like, I would just say, again, what we were just talking about, y'all have to be careful about what you do and who you support. Okay? Like, because whatever you feel about Tory, he didn't unalive Meg. She's still out here making money, talking shit, and she's still out here living her best life. Okay? And
right.
Do I think he should have got 10 years? Hell no. Okay? But again, I wasn't there. I don't know all the facts of the case and all of that. I wasn't, and none of you were either. You know what I mean? So, everybody's entitled to their opinion. We've purposely stayed away from this shit on this show. We usually talk about more. I'm not going to bite my tongue. We usually talk about more important shit on this show. Okay? Yeah. But I figured let's just try something different. Let's just, because
we talked about it before.
I'm saying
it's just, we don't, on this show, we didn't take the route of the internet.
Yeah.
Take sides, right?
Yeah, we ain't take sides.
Because we don't, I know me personally, I don't know the facts.
Right.
I mean, I know what I read, but I wasn't there that night, so
exactly.
I can't condemn anybody.
Right.
Based off of what I know.
But based off what I know, nothing pertaining to this case in particular, nothing pertaining to this situation. What I do know is people lie.
Yeah.
They lie in the
Facts.
courtroom. They lie on the street. They lie to your
Facts.
face.
Facts.
That's what I know. Am I accusing Meg of lying? No. Not publicly. No. Now, whatever the fuck I do behind the scenes is whatever I do. Now, you read into that whatever the fuck you want to read into that. But you didn't hear me say, she was lying. Huh? You can assume all you want. You can insinuate. You insinuated.
The truth is, man, there's only three things that happens going on, man. Somebody to tell the truth or somebody lying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you could put anybody in that lying space.
Exactly.
It would be Tory or Meg.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Or the third girl.
Or Kelsey.
Yeah.
Kelsey.
Exactly. So, I'm going to play this first clip, and we're going to get into it.
Is she trying to say that x-rays were fake? So, Representative Luna, who told Megan Thee Stallion that she got 36 hours before she dropped evidence, has now come out with some more information before them 36 hours. Please pay attention because people think she's re-saying old stuff. She's not. She says that new surface body cam footage and new medical records show Megan Thee Stallion initially claimed she stepped on glass. We know. And ER records show there were no bullet fragments on the x-rays, and bullet fragments allegedly removed are now missing. She's trying to say that Megan Thee Stallion did in fact have glass in her foot. That the x-rays that she has now show that it was not bullets that were in her foot. She also stated that it was a 0.01 chance that Tory's DNA was on the firearm. There were 4 other people's DNA on the firearm. That Tory Lanez was the only one tested for gunshot residue. She calls out the witness contradictions, the immunity deals with unclear motives. Because as everyone been saying, why does Kelsey have immunity? Them using raps and tattoos against them in court. Witnesses admitting that they lied to the DA and that they changed their stories, contradicting themselves. Also that multiple of his constitutional rights were violated when it comes to the First Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, and the 14th Amendment. And then we still gotta wait 36 hours for whatever evidence she claims that she's about to drop that's about to mess up the internet. So we on a countdown right now, everybody. What do you guys think about this?
Okay. So that was then.
So this is a congresswoman, right?
Yep.
So I wonder why what's her motive?
She doesn't really have a motive. Amber Rose was the one that put her up on game and made her aware.
Oh, okay. And now she's just fighting for Tory.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after he almost got unalived.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So now they brought up a good point. Why would Kelsey have to get immunity? Why does she have immunity? See, that's what crazy. That's the crazy part about me. If you didn't do shit, and if he supposedly did everything, why do you need immunity?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That's what I'm like. Regardless if you're making stand or not, you gotta admit there's something fishy about that.
Yeah.
Why would you need immunity if he's the criminal?
Right. What? Right. So, and for you to be getting immunity, what was your part?
Right.
The way you got to hide behind something like. Is it because of evidence? Saying something else?
I mean,
did they coerce you? Did they tell you to say X, Y, and Z and give you immunity to, I don't know, maybe go up there and lie?
My thing is, why wasn't these? This is like some big evidence. Why wasn't this like presented in court during the trial, like the X-ray and the no DNA? I think that was presented though, right?
I think it was. But even still, if his DNA isn't on it,
yeah, how did he still get convicted? It was like this is a little weird to me, all the way around. Like it's some higher powers at play that wanted this to happen. That's what it is.
You going into an uncharted territory, Hirsch.
I mean, it ain't no gun residue on you, but it's on somebody else at the scene. I mean, and you end up going to jail. I mean,
that's a little weird. Yeah, it's a little funny to me. But Megan, she reaffirmed her story. She said he's the one that did it. Like she came out, her lawyers came back out.
I
Like
mean, even if she
I
lying,
don't know why I need to relive this trauma. He shot me, and that's her stance.
but
So
even
it's like,
What's the famous quote? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
exactly.
And who said that?
well,
Many people said that.
if she let's say she lied. You think she gonna turn around and say she didn't lie? I mean,
Nah,
you
if
think
she
she gonna
did
come out and
lie,
say
she-
she lied?
She too deep now. She got.
That's what I'm
that gotta
saying.
be
Gonna
her
ride
truth.
it out. You gonna ride it out? Cause what do
Yeah.
that mean? You done lied under oath.
Out of all these, millions of like, if it come out definitively, I couldn't get it out. Bleep bleep bleep. If it comes out definitively that she lied, I think her career is over. Like
It should
as
be.
far as like,
It should be. You got an innocent
Yeah.
man locked up if indeed you lied.
yeah,
Now, I'm only calling him innocent in the sense of if she lied.
if she lied, right,
That's the context.
right.
Don't try to take the fucking video and chop it up. So you said he was innocent. Watch the whole fucking video.
Or even if she was like, "Oh, I didn't really know who was shooting" or something like that, it's still. I mean, that's still a lie.
Yeah, because you could say I didn't know. Who
Yeah, you
shot
could
me?
have said somebody was shooting from the car or something.
Now this motive that they saying that Tory took the charge to
For the other girl,
to try to
Protect her.
protect her. This one keeping it real goes bad.
yeah,
Like man, I don't know what people think. I think the street stuff done got people like this fantasizing the street culture. Done got people thinking that like this ain't no big deal. Listen, man, you could go to jail and not come home.
yeah. As we almost saw, he
Literally.
almost didn't come home.
Literally.
Like when you in jail, you around the worst of the worst,
The worst of the worst. 1 year is
and you gotta watch
1
your
year
back
is a journey.
every day. And he got 10 years. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot on somebody. You got to watch your back for 10 years in there.
Or it could have went the other way, and hey, I got to kill this other dude before he killed me.
Exactly.
Now I got
Now I got extra
20
time.
more years added to my 2. You know what I'm saying?
Got to do extra time for
So
that. Like,
that definitely not a place I ever want to experience.
Exactly. Exactly.
but
And
they done got so like regular people feel like they got to uphold street politics. And it's like
right. Like you ain't really even you ain't in the street life.
right, man.
You're an entertainer. Right.
Exactly. You took the words right out my mouth. These people are entertainers, man. They do music or whatever the case. And you know what I mean? Y'all making money. What is y'all doing? Keep trying to uphold the street culture. Like, man, like just do your music and make money, bro. What you doing?
look, I rap, okay? We all rap. But I ain't in the street. I ain't gonna speak for y'all. Y'all can speak for yourselves, but I ain't in the street.
In the street.
Nah.
I speak for myself.
Nah. Even if I was,
That's
I'm
easy.
saying nah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But for real, nah. You know what I mean? Not at this big age. That's
Exactly.
over with, bro.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Well,
I made it out.
there you go. Made it out. That's it.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
we on grown folks shit. You know. I'm getting
Yeah.
gray in my beard.
Me too.
We taking vacations and cruises with the wives and shit. Nigga, we ain't got time for that shit.
Right.
We out here in the
Trying to
street.
enjoy.
Exactly.
Y'all trying to, you know what I mean, get these imaginary stripes.
Yeah.
That's the key. You said it. Imaginary stripes. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
You
it.
know what I mean? And appease to people who don't really care.
Exactly.
Don't know you. Don't care about you.
I'll tell you motherfuckers in a minute. I'm snitching. I'm telling on everybody. I don't give a hot motherfuck damn. I'm telling on everybody.
I
Don't
mean,
put me in no
it
shit.
Ain't, it ain't snitching. You know
Yeah,
what
because
I mean?
you're right.
Yeah.
I'm a civilian.
I gotta be doing something illegal.
Yeah.
We all gotta be doing something illegal
exactly.
for me to be
That's
saying.
snitching.
hey, you know who?
If we all agreed to do something
We all
illegal,
commit crime.
we all commit the crime equally, and somebody tell on everybody else.
Yeah.
That's snitching.
That's snitching.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the real.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm
That's
sorry.
the real
I
deal.
used the wrong terminology. I'm not snitching because I didn't agree to do any criminal shit.
Exactly.
If I just so happen to wind up in a situation where I may witness something and you want to pin it on me, oh no, not at all, not happening.
Yeah.
Ain't got shit to do with it.
Ain't nobody about to do all that. Take them charges and you sitting up there and somebody jail. Listen, man, I don't want to go to somebody's job tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but you know,
Right.
every day. You know, I mean, I'm thankful to have a job and all that. It could be worse, but you know, I want to get off this plantation and have my own thing
Exactly.
going. I don't even want to go to these people's job. So
You know
why
I
would
don't
I
wanna
want to
go
go
to
to
they-
somebody's jail? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Shoot, man, I'll be tripping about how much I get paid now. You gonna get paid damn near nothing. You go to the jail.
You gonna be that's real slavery.
Legalized slavery.
That's real deal slavery. You think your job whipping chaining you?
Right.
Go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Because at any moment you can walk out that damn job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
walking out them. You ain't walking out them bars.
You can quit. You ain't putting in no 2-week notice at the jailhouse.
It's only one way to quit in prison.
You can't slide a 2-week notice to the warden. I'm
Yeah,
out of here,
exactly.
pimping. Open the door.
Yep.
It don't
Hey,
work
Gordon,
like
I'm
that.
giving you my 2-week notice.
2-week notice. Like, all right.
Are you now?
I'm gonna notice you here still in 2 weeks.
Walk around and tell the CEO, yeah, I'm out of here in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be like, all right, 2 weeks.
It's gonna be your new nickname around there.
Yep.
All right, so I got this other clip about like I said, I got a couple clips talking about this Tory situation. So play the next one.
Tory Lanez has had the people up in arms these last couple weeks after he was stabbed 14 times because there are now representatives and different people that are pushing for him to be released. So there is a woman named Rep. Luna. She is from Florida's Anna Paulina Luna of Florida's 13th district. She is calling for Tory Lanez's freedom, and she sat down with Chris Cuomo on News Nation and had a conversation about this. Let's take a listen.
This case was actually initially flagged for me by Amber Rose, and the reason why I took particular interest in it is because of the fact that they actually had evidence that they presented to me in my office that actually disproved the conviction. So as you stated earlier, that 0.01% of DNA, they actually found 4 people's DNA on that firearm, none of which was Tory's. Not to mention there was 0 fingerprints on the actual magazine, and also too, as you said, 0.01% chance. Also, there's been ring footage that's been obtained that actually disproves the whole dance, Megan. I actually reached out today to Gavin Newsom's office, and we are requesting an emergency meeting.
Okay. So Representative Luna, as I said earlier, took up the case because Amber Rose put her up on game, alerted her to what was going on. And I guess before I go any further,
So Amber Rose got it started. So
yeah,
she
ironically,
might
a black
put
woman.
Right. She might put a bug in Trump's ear too.
But
You know she
yeah, okay, granted. But even still, that's exactly what I was about to address. For all the black, because I know it's three men on the show. I know we don't have a woman on the show,
Yeah.
since y'all apparently don't like to be called females these fucking days. I just can't, man. I'm getting too old. I just
Can't
can't.
keep
I
up with
can't.
it.
A certain demographic of women don't like to be called female.
That's a female.
I am going to bring that shit back up in the future, but just not today. Because I got
Debo,
plenty
that's
to
a
say.
female.
Exactly.
The fact is, Amber Rose, a black woman, got this started. So for all of y'all out here probably thinking, oh, this is just three other black men that don't stand by black women. There's a black woman that got this all in motion because even she saw that, hey, something ain't right here. Okay?
Man,
So don't-
that notice.
And again, like I'm not standing with Tory.
Yes.
I'm standing with what
The truth.
What the truth, the evidence is.
Listen,
If he don't deserve to be there, he shouldn't be there.
That's it.
I'm not about to stand with somebody That's just because they black and they a woman now. Come on now, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like if it's what y'all gonna say if it come out and they say that it's going the other way with it, like that she was lying and it was wrong? What y'all gonna say?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's the only
going so hard.
yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only message that I have to say in terms of why do we walk around here and act like people don't lie? Like, why is it that we, and that's what I hated with that Me Too movement shit. It's like, oh, you got to believe all women. No, I don't. I don't have to believe all women because some of y'all lie. And that's the sad part about it. But then again, that's why we have trials in this country, because people do lie. And people do lie under oath. They lie on the stand. They lie to their lawyers. They lie to the judge. They lie, period. You watching this right now probably lie. I'm pretty confident you do.
I suggest that people look at different vantage points, because it's clear that, some people blindly follow her because she a female.
Yes.
And they like, oh, I'm a female too. And I'm like, well, think about this. Think about it from a man's point of view. There's a lot of women who lied on men.
Yeah.
And they end up
ruin their life.
Getting their life ruined because some woman decided she didn't want to get looked at funny for doing whatever it is she did or whatever the case. And now he got to suffer. And it was on this person right here.
Emmett Till comes to mind.
I mean, we can go down the list. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like you say, a woman. Now I know we're talking about black women here and all of that, but I'm just saying the shit. Is it gender of women? Y'all just change up everything now. I don't know what the fuck to say anymore. It's like, okay, let me be 100% clear with whoever watching this, okay? If Tory is lying, keep his ass in there. If he did that shit, keep him in there.
Right.
If he did it, keep him in there. Okay? But if she's lying, put her ass in there.
Because she lied under oath, right?
Oath, yeah.
Under oath.
He said
earth. Lied under earth.
She was in the basement, so technically she was under earth and she was lying.
Make some music.
Music.
Glorilla?
Music.
Some music.
Oh my God! Don't get me started, man.
Shout out to Memphis, man. I love y'all.
Oh my
I
God!
love Memphis.
Oh, absolutely. No disrespect to Memphis at all. It's just.
Oh, they winning right now.
It just sounds. It just sounds different to me.
If it's found that she lied under oath,
yes,
I gotta really pronounce my words.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then that she would be facing jail time. I mean, that's probably why she's going so hard.
She should be.
Yeah.
She should be. And like I say, it's not a look, my mother's black, my wife is black, my daughter's black. I ain't got no hatred for black women. I actually love y'all more than every other race of woman on this planet.
Absolutely.
It's just a simple fact that it's been proven time and time again that y'all play in a man's face when you put him on child support knowing that man was taking care of that baby. Y'all have put a man on child support knowing it's not his baby. Okay? Y'all don't look like what y'all was saying. Y'all don't look at things from a man's perspective. Y'all have not been innocent. Neither have we. Let me clarify that. Y'all have not been innocent. Neither have we, as men, have not been innocent either. Okay? But just like y'all know the bullshit we do, we know the bullshit y'all do too. Okay, y'all not innocent. Y'all sisterhood, y'all stick together, tight and firm. I get it. But at the same time, we have to look at facts. Like y'all say, you can't just follow blindly.
Yeah. Look at the character of the person.
Yes.
And not just their gender and support just because of that.
Yeah. That's it.
Because that's how we move. If a man is on some bullshit and he's a fucked up messed up person.
This is why I say and I said this on that live, not this last live, but the live before this.
Mhm.
The women that know women be lying and doing all this, y'all gotta stand up.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid of these other women, saying what they saying, because if y'all don't say it loud enough, the whole narrative is gonna be what they paint.
Yeah.
These other women paint. You gotta be somebody with some logic in there that's gonna be like, nah, that ain't the case. Or let's look at it another. It's gotta look at it other ways. So other women got to stand up and say stuff too. See, anytime a man say anything, they're gonna take that and discount it, and they're gonna say it's the what they call it, the patriarchy and all that type of stuff. And nobody ain't nobody want to hear all that, man. if you did it, you did it. You know what I mean? And face the consequences. Don't throw it on my man or anybody for that matter. Don't be throwing it on somebody else, man. You lay your bed, you lie in it. You make the dirt. Hey, man, the dirt on your hands is on you.
Yeah.
Simple.
At the end of the day, I'm like I said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. It's only true to a certain extent because people fudge the numbers too.
Yeah.
So I mean, even
but
that's
even
not
then,
true.
the
To
numbers
certain
didn't lie.
Well,
the numbers still didn't lie.
The
The numbers
were
didn't lie. The
manipulated.
person
Yeah.
controlling the numbers lied.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
I mean, all right, I'm gonna play this last clip of the situation so we can move on to something else.
Yeah.
So this 36-hour cliffhanger with some bombshell evidence that this congresswoman is saying is going to show us that Tory Lanez is an innocent man is simply a sworn-in affidavit from the former bodyguard of Kelsey, telling us exactly what you already told us at the press conference. You telling me that you made us wait 36 hours to tell us exactly what you already said at the press conference. That's what you telling us. Oh, and by the way, before y'all lose y'all minds, because I know y'all not going to read because y'all don't read, it still does not say that she's the one that shot Megan. Okay? Nowhere in this affidavit does it say anything about her shooting Megan. It may say that he heard, supposedly, allegedly, that she had the gun in her possession and shot it in the air. Nowhere in this statement does he say anything about shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all about to piss me off. Y'all are pissing me off.
Well, I'm glad you pissed off, motherfucker. I don't care. Look, they want to say they're saying that the security guard's affidavit is just hearsay. But yet they fail to recognize that Kelsey and Megan's testimony is hearsay as well. Because as we just talked about, the evidence didn't have Tory's fingerprints or his DNA or any of that other shit on there. You just had two people against one.
Yeah, it's just all word against word.
It's just, exactly. He say, she say bullshit. And got this man convicted. So it's ironic that, he looks like he supports Megan or whatever and whatnot. It's ironic that, it's just an affidavit from somebody who was there. When you sign an affidavit, you basically saying what I'm saying is truthful, and if it's not, you could be found liable for lying.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically the same thing as talking under oath.
Yeah.
So if it's a sworn affidavit and he's saying, hey man, I don't really think that's how it played out. I don't think that's how it happened.
It's like, why would he stick his neck out?
Exactly. Why would you risk going to jail after the shit is already over with? Why would you come out talking about it? He's already locked up. Like, what do you have to gain? That's what I'm saying. And I just can't with this shit, man. Like, again, I don't know Megan. I don't know Tory. I don't know none of these people personally. My only interest in talking about this is if the man is not guilty, let him out. If the man did that shit, leave him in there. If Meg is lying, take him out, put her in. That's my philosophy. Put her in and give her an extra 5 years for wasting everybody's time.
I wonder if they even gonna do that.
They're not. Because she's too marketable and too many people in the higher ups are invested in her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt it. That's why
she got a machine beside her.
That's it.
I doubt it.
And Tory don't.
I doubt it.
Probably just disappear for a little bit.
Like Drake.
Make an apology.
But the thing is, nobody's gonna apologize to Tory.
Nobody.
No.
Nobody's gonna, all this stuff they've been saying, and nobody's gonna say, you know what, we sorry, we was wrong. Nobody gonna say that.
And what's gonna happen, what's gonna be proven time and time again is if this comes out, if there is a reversal, what's gonna be proven what men have been saying for a long time. Women don't take accountability for shit. Because if it's proven that she lied and she still doesn't apologize and she still sticks to her story after it's been proven that she lied, somehow, some way, if that's possible, I'm not there. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I have no idea about how this law shit works.
Even if it's proven that he didn't do it and they let him out, she ain't gonna never.
That's my point.
Change her story because that means
That's my point.
Perjury. So either way, she ain't gonna confess and say she lied if she did lie.
No accountability. That's how I look at it.
That and she don't want to go to prison.
Save your ass, baby.
Self-preservation.
Self-preservation
is
kicking.
number one.
You ain't lying with that one. You ain't lying. All right. Well, all right. We're going to move off this. I'm pretty sure, depending on if anything else transpires in this, we'll bring it back. We'll circle back to talk about whatever else is new in it. But unfortunately, this is one of the stories that's going on in our culture. The show is called Uncultured Roots, and we tend to talk about things that happen in our culture. And I just wish there were better things happening in our culture. And I'm pretty sure there are. It's just...
Yeah, they just don't get that type of attention.
Exactly.
Only negative stuff gets nationwide attention.
Because I would love to talk about more positive things on the show, but we probably drop in our views worse than we already are.
All right. So y'all gotta support that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta support that. Y'all be like, oh man, it's depressing. Well, dang, I mean, support some good stuff.
Highlight the good stuff.
Yeah.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah. Just a suggestion. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to talking about another situation. The Papoose and Remy Ma situation. Now, for full transparency, I have no idea what's going to be said in this clip. We were talking, and when y'all went on that subject, I was just looking at it, and then he said like a couple of words, and I'm like, all right, I'll just take this clip and roll with it. So I have no fucking idea. We're just going to review the clip blindly.
Who said Papoose?
Yeah, it's not Papoose himself, but it's someone talking about the Papoose situation. I guess. And if I'm completely wrong, then I'll just scrap and edit it out somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but we'll see.
Remy Ma and Papoose are not equally responsible for the demise of their marriage. They're not. Listen to me. Just a mere 24 hours ago, you couldn't find two people that had a bad thing to say about Papoose. You couldn't. And this is a man that has, at least a couple other children with a couple of other women. And we couldn't spot those baby mamas of his out of a lineup because we've never heard a peep from them. Much less other people that have something bad to say about him. And a mere 24 hours later, there is a whole side of the internet, of TikTok in particular, and across other socials, talking crazy about Papoose. Now all of a sudden, Clarissa Shields is a side chick. You never once heard her referred to as a side chick before yesterday and today. You never once heard her referred that way. Well, Papoose and Remy Ma are married. Papoose and Remy Ma were married last year and the year before that and the year before that. And she was traipsing around the East Coast with Easy the Block Captain, matching outfits, matching jewelry. And nobody called him a side dude necessarily. They didn't refer to him in a flattering, way, but there was no talk about this. Papoose was with Clarissa Shields last year. We never heard her called a side chick, not once, because it was understood that they were separated and who was the issue in that separation and why it happened. All of you have acknowledged that Papoose would have still have been married to her had she not done the things she had done. And they still managed to work it out. Now Papoose is a womanizer, right? We can't name a third woman that he was with in 20 years. We can't. Remy Ma, Clarissa Shields. What about the baby mamas you just talked about? Name them. Who? What's her name?
Now, I paused it because I didn't realize this fucking clip was 6 minutes. Now, I mean, we can continue, but I didn't realize it was 6 minutes. But so far,
I think we get the gist of.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about what he's talking about there?
I think it's a hit.
Just wasn't hit or miss.
Oh,
This.
I think he still got boat fatigue.
But just in case, this was hit or miss. He still got both fatigue. Oh man, but I think he's
I think he's right. Like before this week, ain't nobody had nothing bad to say about the man. It's all been good. He's loyal, stand up dude and all that. And then after this little falling out, now he's broke and he treated her bad. And I'm like, I still didn't really hear what he did to treat her so badly, but yeah, it's just that's the internet for you.
Well, I was also seeing that a lot of, like, when this stuff was first coming out, I mean, a lot of women were on his side. It was like, nah, that man was supporting you. You're moving out here foul,
funny,
girl. Like, foul. Like, I was seeing a bunch of those comments from black women, and I'm like, okay. Like, so, they're not all out here, crazy and doing, and that's not, you call the black women crazy? Look, no, that's not what I'm saying. But you know what I'm trying to say.
There are level-headed black women that call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
And so I'm the same way. I can't tell you who the hell Papoose was with prior to these two. I can't. And what does that mean? That means the man is disciplined. He watches how he moves, and he understands, like, everybody ain't meant to be in the spotlight. Cause I mean, I'll be honest, that's how I would be if this show took off and this blew up and we got famous and shit. I mean, if only way you'll find is if you look up. If you look me up hard, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, that's his family. But other than that, like, you're not gonna see me. You're not gonna catch me out in public with my family like that. Like, I mean, maybe you will, but most times you won't. Because I'm very private, especially when it comes to my family. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, it's too much unnecessary attention. So I understand how Papoose is moving. Plus, he from the hood. He got to move like that.
Yeah. I think all these people that got something to say about him is the same type of person that get bitter when the husband or the baby father finds somebody new.
Yeah.
And they start to, he this, he that, and this, that, and the third. I mean, I look at it like, really, it's like, we too much in these people's business for real.
Yeah.
Like we really too business. The thing about the situation for me though is, he, for what I've seen outside looking in, he's an honorable dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure when she went to jail, there's a lot of people backed away from her because that tends to happen to some people when they go to jail. It's like even people you thought they were down, they back away from you.
Right.
They they don't call you, or they don't return no mail.
Right.
They don't put nothing on your books.
Yep.
This dude was doing all those things.
Leaned
you know
in.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He did. He leaned in. He did some commendable things.
Yeah.
You now this is, and I bring it up because I know people are like, well, yeah, you can't just bring that up all the time. Well, yes, you can, because
that's a big thing. Nigga, 7 years of your life.
Because you just don't throw something. You can't just throw something like that away and just discount that.
Yep.
Right.
Like,
what have you done lately? That's their attitude.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah, you moved that mountain last week, but
guess what? Guess what? Okay, well, holler back at me when you in a situation when you dealing with people who ain't doing that for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you gonna wish you had that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where the world come to now, where people do stuff and
people don't really reward good character these days no more.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. It's just looked over.
And the truth of the matter is, I mean, him and Clarissa look happy, man. Why is everybody tripping?
Yeah, why did this even?
He said something too. The guy in the video, he like, y'all ain't had his energy for her and Easy and the Block Cat when they was riding together.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Talking about he's still married, but so was she when she decided.
Hey, you know what? Anybody out there saying that, man? Hey, man, cut all that, man. Because I want to see what y'all doing.
That don't even make sense.
What are y'all doing out there? How many people you know out there, they married, but they separate, talking to other people? How many people you know that? Yeah. Are you going on the internet talking about them people like you talking about Papoose and them? Like, come on, stop all that. Stop being hypocrites. Because y'all know people be doing this in your own family, and you probably doing it yourself. Yeah. So stop with all that. You know what I mean?
See, they don't want to talk about it when it happened in their family or something. Because they could be touched.
They do. They just don't, sometimes they don't go to the internet like that.
Well, that's what I
mean. They messy.
No,
they might not be that messy, but they don't go to the internet.
Yeah, they might not get online and talk about it per se like that, because somebody like that, somebody can actually find you and touch you.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about that with celebrities.
Right.
Yeah, it's fast repercussions. I mean, people already, people feel like, oh, you a celebrity, you should be used to this. But it's like, come on, man, have some decorum, all right?
Yeah. That's the word of the day, decorum. Have some fucking decorum. Yeah.
And even if he was whatever she said he was doing, he broke and he ain't buy her nothing, and what? I mean, that's the worst things that I heard come from. I mean, but that either way it go, she wrong because she could have divorced him, right?
But why is it coming out now though?
Exactly.
But
why is he broke now?
But but why does it even have to be about money or any of that shit? When you was locked up, you ain't have shit anyway. So if he was supporting you while I wouldn't
say she wasn't.
What I mean is, you weren't in a position to be able to pull rank on shit, no matter what you had on the outside. You ain't on the outside.
Yeah,
you can't pull. That's like somebody in jail trying to talk shit about a homeless person. Okay, they might be homeless or whatever, but they free. They free to walk and go wherever the fuck they want. You are not.
Yeah,
you can't. You sleep with men. I don't. I don't mean it like that. But I'm not. You know what I'm trying to say. You are surrounded by men or women, depending on your. Is it gender?
Not really. Not really.
I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what the fuck to say anymore. Okay, I'm so sick of this
Not
shit.
really. Not no more.
I don't know what the fuck to say no more, man. I hate it here, bro.
My closing thing about this situation is like, look, man, you bringing this stuff up on Pat now.
Yeah.
Why wasn't he this all through the marriage? Why wasn't he all this stuff? You didn't say any of this back then. He is all this stuff now that y'all not broken. We talk to Clarissa. Nobody call you anything when you was messing with Easy the Block Captain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
And if he was all this stuff, why didn't you leave first?
Yeah.
Why didn't you give him that much
It's always
respect?
out.
Why didn't you give him that much respect? He held you down for 7 years. You could have at least done that.
I think you can't expect you from everybody else.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, if somebody, held you down and we go our separate ways, I got nothing to say about you. I got nothing to say bad about you.
Right.
It was good. It was great.
Right.
And we moving on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it should be, man. I mean, she happy with Easy the Block Captain. Okay, man, go ahead and
be happy.
Hey, man, put y'all Timbs on before y'all go to bed tonight and battle rap each other to sleep or whatever it is y'all do. And let Pat, you know what I mean?
Let me go be happy.
Go to boxing classes with Clarissa or whatever
Right.
it is he do with her and freestyle stuff at the boxing ring. I don't know. But whatever they doing, they happy. Let them do it. Okay.
All this slander ain't a good look.
No.
So,
Hey, they got a kid too. Like, the kid got to see all this stuff, hear all this stuff.
I guess my final thing on it would be the double standard is real. And it's just the way I see it in society. It's just my point of view. It's just from my vantage point. Women get away with so much shit. They do. And it's not like I'm going to, like, if anybody watches this show, they probably come away with the perception of, I hate women, or I don't like women, or any of that. And that's not it at all. Like I say, I love my grandmothers. I love my mother. I love my daughter. I love all the women in my family. It's not that I don't like women. It's the fact that from my vantage point, from what I see as a man, I'm held accountable for my actions every second of my existence. And I don't get to escape. I don't get to run from it. I don't get to sugarcoat it. I don't get to make excuses for why shit didn't get done or things ain't going right. I have to take that on the chin. I have to what the people what the white folks say, eat crow. In other words,
okay.
I have to deal with everything that comes my way. And I'm not saying that women don't. But what I'm trying to get at is society gives y'all a release valve. They give y'all a way out of certain situations. They give you sympathy. I'm looked at as a man. You a man. You supposed to do this. You a man. You a man. A real man would fill in the blank.
Yeah.
There's no out for me. There's no out for us as men.
No.
And so when I see the double standards, I'm going to be as raw with y'all as the world treats me. So if your perception is that you come away with, I don't like women, then that's your perception. But understand, I don't know you personally. If it's a situation where I don't know you personally, understand, I have nothing against you. I actually want the best for you, because what they've been doing in our society, and is what they're doing with these stories that we're talking about, is they keep trying to drive these wedge issues between black folks. They are slowly trying to eradicate us as a population. They want us to decline. They want us to hate each other. They want us at each other's
thinking
throats.
about that. Look at all these stories.
Exactly.
Megan and Tory.
Exactly.
Pap and
exactly.
And they
Remy.
take a minute to try
Diddy
to
and Cassie. Like, it's just all of the stories are just men versus women. Black men versus black women.
It's about population control. They want to depopulate or depopulate, whatever it is. We depopulate.
At least slow it down.
Yes.
At least.
Yeah.
That's all this shit has been about. So no,
Yeah.
I just think that even with my daughter, I don't talk about my family much on the show. Well, at least not my children. But even with my daughter, I hold my daughter accountable for I ain't gonna lie, some things. I'm a hypocrite.
Soft spot.
I'm a hypocrite a little bit. I'm not gonna front. I hold my daughter accountable for some things, not all things, but some things, because I need her to understand that you're going to grow up to be a black woman. And I want you, whatever man you decide to get with, I want you to treat that man with respect, as long as he's respecting you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be one of these ratchet ass women out here that's treating men wrong and like you wasn't raised that way. You know what I mean? So I say that just in case in the future she goes back and watches my old episodes and she watches this one in particular. Yes, I want you to grow up to be a responsible adult. You were born into a family where you had a great example between me and your mother. We're married. We've been together for almost 2 decades. We've raised all of y'all, and we've done it the best we could. We ain't perfect, but we done the best we could, trying to set a good example. But the problem with parents, and you know this, Hirsch, and you probably know it too, Fly, we can do everything in the world to try to be the best parents we can be, set the right examples, tell them the right advice, give them all the wisdom there is to give. But ultimately, they're going to make the decisions. And ultimately, they're going to also be influenced by the outside world.
Yeah.
So
it's people who didn't have the greatest parents and grew up to be great,
exactly,
model citizens.
Yes.
So, you can only do so much.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's up to that person.
So my closing statement on this is just, let's not fall for the deception. Understand that we could talk about these stories, but recognize the overplay for the underplay, and that is they're trying to eradicate our population
because they're promoting these stories.
Yes,
while in reality,
yes,
black women are loving on black men.
Yes,
and vice versa.
They're gonna promote all this interracial shit. Don't fall for it.
Yeah, in the real world. Yeah,
in the real world, don't fall for this bullshit. Okay?
Yeah.
All of us are with black women. And that's not, you guys are looking down on other races. No, we're not looking down. Other races look down on us. We just trying to make sure we straight. We just trying to make sure we continue us. That's it. We just looking out for us like y'all look out for yourselves. So we got to look out for us. So shit, do I tell my boys, yeah, I would prefer you to be with a black woman? Hell yeah, I do. I ain't gonna sugarcoat that shit. You damn right. I prefer you to be with a black woman. Ultimately, it's your choice at the end of the day. Whoever you wind up with, I'm going to have to accept it to some degree. But I want you to be with a black woman. I want you to create kids who look like you. I want us to continue. That's what I want. And I ain't got no shame in saying that. So, fuck off.
And other people, there are some others that don't.
There's quite a few.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that was my rant for this episode. And maybe not. Maybe we're not done.
Still got a couple things to talk about.
All right, look, we're gonna transition a little bit, and I think this is a good segue to talk about police in America. So yeah.
Y'all take y'all dumbest and y'all most racist and make them police. You got to go to school longer to be a barber than you got to be a cop. This is the ACAB podcast. I don't care if you're a black cop. A pig is a pig, nigga. A pig is a pig. Just like we say black capitalism ain't gonna change. Well, black cops ain't gonna change nothing either. Because if that cophood stems out of the system of slave catching, it ain't nothing you could do to help me. The police are attack dogs for the system of white supremacy. And even allies are going to side with the police because that's their buffer between us and them. They fear black unity. They fear the day that we view them as they are, as an enemy. They fear that day. So they'll massage you. They'll massage your ego. They'll massage you with symbolic victories. But they're going to side with the cops. Because no matter how liberal of a white person is, no matter how much of an ally they are, they catch your ass in the neighborhood. Well, I don't have the heart, the gumption, or don't want to ruin my reputation to confront them and ask them why they're here. So who can I call? The police. That's their first line of defense to protect their image, to protect this so-called allyship, but they'll call the fucking police on you in a heartbeat. And they can do it anonymously. Racist person walk up on you trying to start smoke with you. If you buck up on them, what's the first thing they're going to do?
Call the police.
They're going to call the police. That's their first line of defense. And they are allowed to kill us with impunity. With immunity. And you can get in the fucking microphone and and have forgiveness? Them days got to be over. Ronnie Hinton, he got his forgiveness. He got his forgiveness in blood. You see how pissed off they is? They want to kill that man. They want to kill him. And if it wasn't as high profile of a case as it is, they would have been killed them.
For sure.
Because they're Klan members. We already know that the gangs, we know that California police system in general is comprised of cop gangs. We know that the overwhelming majority of police in the Midwest have ties to neo-Nazi and white supremacist hate groups, as well as in the South. If you view the police as anything outside of the Klan or as a neo-Nazi or white supremacist hate group, then you don't know what the fuck the police are. Because if they can be approached by a white man with an AR, pointed at them, and flee, no fear for their life. No, the idea here is to preserve his life, right? No matter what he's doing or what he's going through, they see you shoot to kill. Whether you're doing something wrong or not. That's a reality all of us have to face all the time.
He's not lying, because as he said, with the was it Rodney Hinton thing, and you know, I made a TikTok about that. Our first day when we was in Miami, that was the only TikTok I made while I was on vacation, and I was saying about, yeah, he took his vengeance, you know, out on, you know, the police, and people saying, well, you should have got the cop. First, I mean, people say, well, you shouldn't have did it at all. Well, I don't think you have the right to say that to somebody who just lost his son and who's not even in his right mind at that point. Like, I'm not going to be the one to say that to that person, because if you can't control the reaction of if you touch somebody's family, you touch somebody that means something near and dear to somebody else, you can't sit up there and try to control the outcome of that situation. Like, I don't care if the person was in the right or the wrong. Like, you just got to be ready to deal with whatever's going to come next. And that's what he was prepared to do. Did he get the cop that did that to his son? No. But like a lot of people were saying in the comments, like they do us, he fit the description. And I know that sounds terrible, but at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be controversial. But am I going to feel bad for that officer who was hit? No, I'm not. Because the more I read about history, even when I had to learn about the actual term picnics, where it comes from and what it was about, and how they used to have lunches and be entertained by lynching black people. And you could say, oh, that's that was just, you know, that was those people in that time. Well, where do you descend from? Where do you come from? Are you first generation American? Because if you're not, then them is your people. And so, no, I can't. And somebody reading that say, oh, well, you must hate all white people. I don't hate nobody. Do I dislike a bunch of motherfuckers? Absolutely. And did I specify which motherfuckers I don't like? No. But like I said earlier, you're welcome to insinuate. You can assume. But going back to the Rodney Hinton thing, I understand why he did what he did. And had it been one of my children, I can't say that I wouldn't do the same thing. I can't say that I wouldn't have done the same thing as him. I can't say that I would, but I can't say that I wouldn't either. And I'm not going to judge that man based on the pain that he was feeling. Something I've not experienced, something I don't wish on anyone, something I don't want to experience. Because in the natural order of life, the child is supposed to bury the parent. You are not supposed to bury your child. And so I can't imagine what any parent goes through after losing a child. And I mean, like I say, I have some knowledge of it. I'm not going to talk about it on a mic. I mean, I've talked about it off mic before. You guys know what I'm talking about. I know about it to some degree, but not to the degree of him. I think he said his son was what? His son was 18 years old? Had his whole life ahead of him.
Just starting life, yeah.
Had his whole life ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
And like my mans was saying, like, it's shoot to kill us on sight. I know exactly what video he was talking about because that's the same video I watched right before I made my TikTok. The guy had the AR in his hand, walked right up to the cop. The cop got back in his vehicle, didn't even attempt to draw a weapon to shoot this guy. I watched it. I watched it. And then yet, when I saw the video that they showed and they had to keep trying to blur it out, trying to say, oh, he reached for a gun, Rodney Hinton's son. I watched it. I didn't see no gun. Didn't look like he reached for nothing, honestly. It looked like he was just trying to run away from the cops. And then they say, well, if you're not guilty, why run? And what did he just say? Where did the police originate from? Slave catchers, slave patrols. They always out for black people. They always are. And then you wonder why black people run. Hell, I get fearful when the police get behind me. All my tags legit. Everything I do is in order. But it's just the simple fact of, hell, this traffic stop might go wrong. And I don't even know how the fuck it could possibly go wrong because if I'm speeding, just give me the speeding ticket.
Right.
I'm not reaching for no weapon. I got car insurance, my tags are legit, and I live where it says I live. I'm trying to make sure you get home to your family, just like I'm trying to get home to mine. But even though what I just said makes common sense, and I use common sense, that officer may not have common sense. Because what did he just say? It take longer to become a barber than it does to become a police officer. And I'm going to leave it at that.
I mean, you hit it on the head, bro.
Yeah, you said I don't even know if we need to say anything.
I know. I got something to say that to answer that. But you did take off a chunk of that. Good job.
Yeah.
What I would say though, and I'm gonna start with that point with the barber and how long it takes to be a cop. Like when you're a cop, I believe that they should have training to where if this cop is not from a specific area, because they seem to bring cops that's not from the area, that don't understand the people, they already have a fear of the people due to whatever they done learned from somebody else or society done told them the wrong thing about about black people.
Might not even be fear, just don't value the life.
Yeah, and it's taught somewhere.
I don't think they naturally fear everybody they shoot. No, they just don't value them.
But what that goes into, what I'm saying is that's the part where they've been taught.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been in these places to where they get to know the people.
Right.
So I believe that there should be training on getting to know the people. So you're not going in there. You're not going in. See, the whole mentality of what a cop should be thinking should be changing. Like they should be going in there. They should be people in the neighborhoods that they patrolling. They should be looked at as this is the community.
Yeah, this is part of the community, helping to police the community.
Not black community, not white community. These are people, actual people. And this is the community they stay in, whether it's majority black or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the more you get to know, you get to meet them, you shake hands, you really start really understanding, oh no, these people are good people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's as far as him shooting the cop that didn't shoot his son.
Oh no,
I
he
said
didn't
this.
shoot him. He ran him over with a
He
car.
ran him
Oh,
over.
well, ran him over.
Yeah.
My bad. Well, he ended up unaliving the cop that didn't unalive his son. What I gotta say to that is, I've been saying this on the show forever. Things that you do to people affect everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
It affects everybody, bro. See, that cop that did what he did to his son, he done caused a domino effect
Mm-hmm.
to where this guy done unalive somebody who probably didn't deserve that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And this is
Yeah.
what this is why I'm gonna keep saying it. As long as we doing this show, things we do affect everybody.
Exactly.
Everybody. That's what I gotta say about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that same thing. Like, you gotta be more mindful of what you're gonna do and how it's gonna impact other people. So, you know, that ripple effect went and killed one of his own people. You know, one of his own officers. So, and then, like, I think, like you said about the fear, I don't think it's always fear. I don't think it's always fear. I mean, I think a good portion of it is fear, because, you know, you fear what you don't understand. And being that they not from that community, they don't understand us and how we move, and, you know what I'm saying? But I think also is the lack of empathy and the lack of appreciation for Black life.
Correct.
I'll say this. I'll say this, man. Growing up in Detroit, now we're all aware, majority of the cops in Detroit, majority are black.
Mm-hmm.
Every interaction I've had with the Detroit police has been a negative one. From the time I was 8 years old to now. Now, granted, I don't live in the city of Detroit anymore. Out in the areas of where I've stayed, without giving away too much, I haven't had any problems with police outside of Centerline, Michigan.
Oh, they always have.
Fuck you, Centerline, Michigan. Fuck you.
It's a little bitty.
Listen, they pull people all the time in Centerline.
I fucking
for
hate.
years.
I can't stand Centerline. With every fiber in my entity, I cannot stand Centerline. I drive around Centerline if I have to.
I know you
I
do.
was about to say speed through it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm going around the entire
not do
city. I'm going out the way. I will drive 20 miles out of my way if I have to. I'm not going through Centerline.
Boy, Centerline always pull people over.
But what I'm getting at is any of the other Metro Detroit areas where I frequent, where I be, whatever, I haven't had that type of experience with the police, and they are all white, than I have with Detroit police. But here's the kicker. With Detroit police, I never feared for my life, with the exception of one time. With the Detroit police, I was more worried about getting my ass beat, because Detroit police are known for beating the fuck out of you. It was more so about ass whoopings. Outside of the one time in 2008, when they stopped me at 2 a.m. and they rolled out in an unmarked car, and 4 of them got out and tapped the pistol on the windshield. I thought I was being robbed. I didn't know it was the police. All of them had on masks. He tapped the pistol on the driver's door, like, you know what time it is. Get on out. And I'm like, I thought I was getting robbed at that point. It's 2 a.m. Ain't nobody outside. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Or what the kids say, I'm cooked. I was done. My newborn son was in the house. I'm thinking, damn, I'm about to get killed out here 2 a.m. and and in Detroit. Turns out it was police. So of course they illegally searched my car, ransacked me, slammed me up against the hood, all the normal shit they always do. That was the only time I thought I was gonna get killed or unalive. Damn, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this monetizing shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it, but
we've been trying to step around all this stuff.
I know, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard, bro.
It's a dance, right?
Yeah.
But outside of that, going to Denby, getting chased by, I ain't gonna say chased, but by getting stopped by the narcos, all that. I never got the feeling that they devalued my life. I never got the feeling from them that they didn't treat me as a human. They might wanted to beat my ass, but they didn't look at me like I was inferior in terms of I wasn't a human being.
And if you don't obey, you gonna
yes. So
that's yeah.
I had to speak to that account because that's how these police officers who don't look like us, like you say, they're not members of the community. They don't live there. They just work there. And you just stopping through. You only there for 8 to 12 hours. And then you going back across 8 Mile. Or I'm speaking in terms of here in Michigan.
Right.
You going back wherever the hell you come from. But you ain't there. Like most of those Detroit cops, most of them live in Detroit. They know the city. They know the people. They know the neighborhood. They know who's selling drugs. They know who doing what. And is this some shaky shit going on? Of course it is. But that ain't just Detroit. That's every police department. People get shut down every day, B. It happens. They getting they cut. Plenty drug dealers done put plenty of cops kids to college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Look what you and the homies, boy.
Yeah. You want me to look the other way this time?
Exactly.
Or you want to go do this dime?
Exactly. So what I'm getting at is to close this out, like I say, to finish it off. My experiences in the D, I never felt like they felt like I was less than human.
Yeah.
Now they of course, I'm the police. You gonna do what I say. I'm the law. That's a type of superiority that's in all of them.
Oh no, they do flex on you.
Yeah, they flex like hell.
Yeah.
But that's all police, no matter what color they are. They all do that shit. You a civilian. Fuck out. You don't do what I say. I'm the law. They all feel that way, no matter what color. But members of them hate groups, members of the Klan. Hell, the feds, the FBI, they released a statistic in 2006 warning of this very thing. Hey, these white supremacists and hate groups trying to join the police. And that's what's been happening. Hey, I got a free license to kill the people I don't like. I could just say I fear it for my life.
That's probably just when it flagged on their radar.
Exactly. It's been happening. You're right. In 2006, almost 20 years ago, you're right, when it possibly just flagged on their radar, when they just caught wind of it, but it's definitely been happening. Hell, we have to go back no further to the Rodney King incident. Beat this dude on camera and let them all walk.
Walked away.
I mean,
that's
they not even. I don't even look at it like they being infiltrated like that, because I mean, what was COINTELPRO?
Bingo.
You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. It's a sad state of affairs, and I'm gonna be honest, man. Kind of like what was going on, what we did with our very last episode, not the live, but most of my attention ain't even in America no more. I'm more concerned about what Ibrahim Traore is doing. I'm more concerned about what's going on over there, because that's the future. The future is not here. I'm sorry, and it don't make me an American hater. It don't make me, oh, you don't believe in America. Demographically, the future's in Africa. They have the most youngest people on that continent, on the planet. Everywhere else, they're aging out. Look at the statistics. This is facts. You can't escape that. They know this. Statistically, they have the youngest people on the continent. That's the future. It's not here. That's where my emphasis is. That's why this. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna put it out there. We talked about it off mic, but moves are being made. Let's just put it that way. Moves are being made. So,
absolutely.
But yeah, we're gonna close out the show. We're gonna end a little early today. We ain't do too bad.
Man.
For first time back.
That's a good time, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, we'll be back next week, God willing. God willing. Can't do nothing without God.
Absolutely.
And
say that again.
Can't do nothing without God.
Say that again.
Facts. So we're gonna have a well-tuned, fine-tuned show for y'all next week. And feel free to comment on anything. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to comment on anything you've heard. If anybody watching this, tell me what kind of experience you had with the police. That should be interesting.
Yeah. If it was different.
If it was different.
Same.
And all perspectives are welcome. I mean, seriously, it doesn't have to just be a black person. All perspectives are welcome, because guess what? If you don't look like us and your experience was the opposite of what we're talking about, I could believe that.
You may enlighten us on something.
I mean, there's
or a perspective that we didn't know about.
Because after all, there's great police officers out there that's trying to do their thing. They don't always get shine.
Yeah.
Because they under a certain brotherhood that they can't, they can't speak out and speak against, or they might feel that they under pressure to not speak out.
Yeah, there's some officers that do speak out and risk their neck, when they see somebody being mistreated.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
And I'm glad you said that. Because if y'all want to fund people in jail like y'all doing Tory, when a good officer speaks out about bad officers and you lose your job, that's who you go fund me for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great point. All right, well, y'all be safe out there. Love the people you love. And really, it's a crazy time. It's a crazy world. Just try to stay as mentally sane as you could possibly be. Find those avenues to decompress. Find those avenues where you can relax. If you got vacation time, use that vacation time.
Use all of it.
Take
it with no remorse. Don't let those jobs guilt trip you into, you're going to do this to the team? Yes.
No. Don't
days too.
Yeah, all of them. Because you already know what you don't use, they take them from you sometimes.
Right.
PTO,
I don't know.
Prepare the others.
Whoever watching this, I don't know how y'all policy
is.
I don't know how y'all policy is, but you know how these people will be. You don't use them, they take them. So use them.
That's what it's there for. Prepare
you
the
work
others.
for them.
Keep that mental health right.
Yes.
Remember, you work for them. Don't let them just act like they doing you a favor. No, you work for yours. So
yeah. If you didn't want me taking it, why'd you offer it?
It was part of the contract.
Boom.
See y'all next week. Y'all be smooth. Peace out.
Peace.